All right, let's kick this thing off. Round 2 on the river. I strongly suggest that you watch this film all the way to the end. If you were the type that can appreciate the tenacity and grit that it takes to hunt sheep in these thankless, unforgiving environments, then you will love this film. So we find ourselves July 20th, 2020. We're at the High West headquarters. Jim Breck and company puts on a huge spread. We get an early night's sleep, and then we wake up at 4, loading boats, loading trucks, and we're headed down to the river. Now we've got 4 vehicles, 2 Rangers, 2 trucks, take the big, long, steep road all the way down into camp, and then 2 trucks and a jet boat run all the way out through the Black Gap area, all the way down to the river, launch the boat, and then come 20 some miles upriver where we meet up and start this quest for a desert sheep.
It's July 21st. Just got down to Camp 14 at Black Gap Wildlife Management Area. Headed down to the river to start Caleb's quest for an archery slam. We'll keep you posted. Good.
That's a good warm-up exercise.
Oh man, that was.
I thought you might enjoy that. Now, I know that seemed a little bit cowboy and there was a better way, but believe me, there is a tremendous amount of experience here. This equipment and this river is our lifeline until the job is done, so we don't compromise anything. The amount of time and experience these boys have on this river is second to none.
Just double checking. I'm not the only one that can hear the bugs, right?
Correct.
To help pass the time, bring up the level of enjoyment, and to create a little dinner, we do a little jug fishing as we work our way into camp. Man, I can't tell you how enjoyable it is to see that old oil jug or Clorox jug bouncing in that river.
Oh, big fish. Yeah. Hold that thing up, Caleb. That's sheep hunting.
By midday, we had met up in camp. Everybody was exhausted from the loading, unloading, fighting river, fighting roads. It's 100+ degrees, humid, so we decide to lay up, get a little rest, and get back after it about 5 o'clock at night. Heading back down to the river that night, you can't help but feel that you're just in a special place. The remoteness, extreme temperatures, bugs, thorns, wild game, it all just holds your antennae somewhere between wonderstruck and worried. We move down the river, glassing and traveling, and all at once Jim Breck's like, there's some sheep right on the river. They spook up, they get into a little bit of a cut, and we glass them from afar.
I personally think right up this shady crack here, up over the top, right above them. Yeah, come down on there, that's for sure.
Jim Breck and Caleb decide instantly that there's a shooter ram in there, and they're going to set up the bow and head up right now. Creed slides us into the bank nice and quiet, gets us tied off, and up the canyon we go. The sheep seem semi-comfortable, so we start sliding up the canyon. I've got a good angle, so I stop. Jim Breck and Caleb work above them, and all at once they're like 55 yards. Looking back, and this little suicidal sickle horn ram steps right in front of that ram, blows him out of the country. No shot. Excited and a little bit bummed, we put our heads together, moved back downriver, got them relocated. They went 1,000 vertical feet straight up the canyon. That big ram was rutting those ewes, and so Jim Breck and Caleb once again straight up the canyon. My view from the boat, I could see all those sheep up there milling around, getting a little bit ruddy, and then they either heard something, smelled something, or just sheep intuition. They worked up and over the ridge right over to where Jim Breck and Caleb were. Not seeing anything for 5 minutes, I could see the ram going across the face with a bunch of ewes and lambs in tow. When everybody got back to the boat, they said those rams had come over and busted them, so Caleb was able to get a couple of long shots off with no contact, so we just watched those rams, gathered up at the boat, and called it a night.
Jim Breck, today the day?
Day 2, we searched high and low, upriver, downriver, glassing, traveling, exhausted, just trying to find these sheep. It got hot, so we started fishing to make a little food for dinner, and man, was the fishing off the charts.
Please be a turtle.
Got him, Jasper?
Turtle! Yeah!
We're day 2 on Caleb's river hunt. We're trying to get it done with a bow. Took a few stalks yesterday on a nice ram. Tried one long range shot, did not connect. Waiting out a rainstorm right now. It should get the sheep moving. We're going to see if we can go relocate him or another ram that we know in this area. Got everybody out looking and see what we can get done as soon as this rain's over with.
Cooled it down to about 85 and ready to go see what's out there.
When the rains let up, Caleb threw a couple of practice arrows. We mixed everybody up a Superman from Wilderness Athlete. We're hydrated, we're energized, and we're back on the river. Taut.
4,000%. If you swing around, you watch it drip.
We fought that humidity after the rainstorm and just the miserable parts of the day. We found a couple ewes, a couple lambs, no rams, so we just went back to camp, filleted those fish, had a fantastic fish fry, held up for the night. We're gonna hit it first thing in the morning.
That's a noisy bow.
That's right. Day 3 was pretty straightforward. We were going to hunt on the river from one end of the boundary to the next, and if we're not seeing the sheep we're looking for, we're going to drive the road all the way to the top of the rim, hike up, and hunt from the top down. By mid-morning, we had seen no new sheep. It was blazing hot, and our afternoon rain was about to get us. So we sit up in camp, make a plan, and we just let that rain fall around us.
Do it, boys.
Jim Breck, what's the plan?
Headed up out of the canyon here. Been seeing all the sheep on top.
Some sheep up top.
We've been seeing.
I'd still feel it. Everybody out.
Way up there now, huh? You see how long that run is down that river. Y'all, we hiked all the way to the top of that thing and then located the ram from 2 days before. As we eased our way down, Jim Breck and Caleb get right on top of him. About the time I get there and step up, Caleb's at full draw and he's gonna let it fly. Everything happened so fast. Here's the view from the river with the boys in the boat. When that ram stepped out, Jim Breck stopped him and he looked straight up at Caleb. The only shot he had was right in the head. When he released the arrow, it buried right in the top of his horn. Unsure if it was a mortal wound, Caleb grabbed the rifle and made a quick follow-up shot, knocking him off his feet. We hurry down and Caleb puts one final follow-up shot in him. Beautiful dead ram.
Well, after damn near a year-long adventure, here we are, July 23rd, with Caleb's ram down on the river. I think we have 8 days in this ram over the last 10, 11 months, and finally got it done today. We got on him the first day and slung a couple arrows at him at some long range, and anyways, got back on him today after a pretty good hike and came up above him and he put the smack on him. It's been a tough one.
I'd like to say thank you to Jim Breck, Jasper, Ryan, Creed. Everyone did a great job and helping me harvest this ram, and I couldn't be happier, and it's been a great time and glad to get to know you guys. And Kinley, thanks for the lucky troll that did the trick again, and he's going to continue hunting.
Heck yeah.
Whew, it is hard to relate the suck that comes along with the wonderful. Now, anybody that's ever hunted on a mountain, especially in a hot, very pokey, dangerous mountain, knows that getting off is just as hard as getting on. Check it out. This is the pack out. The goal is to get off these cliffs before it gets dark. Oh, you should film sheep hunts for Jim Breck. It's so fun. if you want to get your butt kicked. Oh, that crazy bastard. With that sheep skinned life size, all cut and quartered up, and in everybody's pack, we start off this rim. We find that in 3 different places we're completely cliffed out. We can't get down, so we got to go around the rim and around the rim. And at one point we were working off this edge, and Jim Breck, who had the bulk of the load, slipped and fell into a prickly pear. Literally from his heels to the back of his neck is covered in spines. He goes through, knocks off the worst of it, grins and bears through it, and then heads off the mountain right to the boat. I just documented this moment for when you get all fired up about another sheep hunt.
I can look back at this. You can text it to me.
I'll be like,
Make one of your memes.
what's up? Please don't stop watching now, because the adventure continues. We have to get out of this river going 2 ways. We're going up the road and we're going down the river. We get everything loaded up. We start heading away, and we realize we forgot to grab one of the packs that's got the keys for downriver. We get all the way down there this beautiful, stunning day, and we've got to unhook the trailer, run 25 miles up to Black Gap, meet up to grab a spare set of keys, then come on back. We finally get the boat loaded, we hook up both trucks, and we are home free. Or so we thought. About 10 miles into our drive, we realized that Creed, with the boat, is no longer with us. We turn around to find that he's having engine troubles. So we get him all patched up. He's in the front. We grab the boat to have less pressure on the truck. And then who blows the tire? Us with the boat, and the spares are in the back of Creed's truck. So we gotta drop the boat, race up to catch Creed, grab a tire, come back, change tire, meet up with him again. About that time, that truck has its final knockout. We've got to leave it at Black Gap, and we still have to get these sheep plugged. Just around the corner, the biologist goes through, plugs the ram we killed, plugs the ram that Jim Breck found as a deadhead. All is well. We're home free.
Pretty cool.
As we're traveling down the main interstate, poof, there goes trailer tire number 2, and the day is full circle. If I could go back, I wouldn't change a thing. You know the drill, y'all. Please remove your hat. I'd like to close in prayer. Lord, thank you for amazing adventures. Thank you for these struggles that teach and challenge us. Thank you for the hard-working, generous sportsmen, outfitters, and landowners that fund the protection of wildlife. Thank you for protecting our families while we are away. And lastly, Lord, please open the eyes and ears of those who oppose hunting. And in your name we pray. Amen.